Hello, so I want to give you a tour of my Read nonfiction book collection. So I keep all of my Read nonfiction books that I want to reread again, or books that I've read multiple times, in this bookshelf in the living room. And I try to keep them organized by category. And there's more here. And also, this is our music room. So I also have down here, I have all of our music stuff, all of our sheet music and everything. So that's, and also our violin supplies, because me and my son play the violin. So let me get started. So up here I have, these are books on education. I've read some of these a couple times. I really like Smart Girls, and this is a signed copy I found, which was so exciting for me because I love this author. So some of these are homeschooling, also some memoirs, but mostly about education. I think this one mostly is a memoir about his law school experience, so that's why I stuck it there. And then let's see, Battle Hymn of the Tiger Mom. I just love this book. I know people hate this book, but I love it. I've read this book so many times. And then some of these are, I watched Child Genius, and this is the kid who won Child Genius. He's an adult now, I think. But I was so inspired by that show. I had to buy his mom's book on how she raised him. And let's see, we got more books on parenting here, and just some random stuff. This book, The Year of Learning Dangerously, Adventures in Homeschooling. This is one of the funniest books I ever read. I did homeschool for a bit. I'm not homeschooling anymore. My kids are in public school, but I still love going back to that. And then, so mostly education. So yeah, these books are on education. So that's my collection on gifted kids and education. Okay, here we have biographies. You got Beautiful Mind. I just got this newer copy. Actually, I think this is an older copy, but I like the spine more than the spine that I used to have, so I replaced it. Ron Chernow, this is such a great book. I really like this biography of Benjamin Franklin. I just read that last year. China. I love. So I have several books on one of my favorite people, Richard Feynman. So Genius is one of them. Quantum Man is one of them. I wish I could find a nicer copy of Quantum Man. It's kind of ratty. We got Marie Curie, Tesla. This is a weird book. He's going around to find where geniuses came from. Spark is another one about famous genius people. Walt Disney. We got this at the Walt Disney Museum. And so this one I really enjoyed. Walter Isaacson. This is a signed copy, and I love. This is the astronaut, Scott Kelly. Mortal Life of Henrietta Lacks was amazing. Planck's biography, Max Planck. Einstein, I've read this one multiple times. And Leonardo da Vinci. I did not like this one as much, but I also did not give it enough love. I should have read it a little better. So I think I blame myself there. These books are my self-help. So I've read most of these books multiple times. The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. This is cute enough. 10% Happier. Clutter-Free with Kids I've read several times. This is my favorite Joshua Becker book. This one was interesting. I like this one by the Minimalists. I'm a minimalist. Look how many books I have. About almost 1,700 since I counted last night. So I'm definitely not a minimalist, but I know what I like and I know what to hoard. So I don't care. If books are my thing, then I'm going to have just a lot of books. Courage to be Disliked and Courage to be Happy. Those are interesting books. I love this author. This one, I also have his journal, which I haven't started yet. A Joy of Less, Goodbye Things. Goodbye Things is my favorite book. This is one I read maybe 4 times now. It's so inspirational. Then I have some of my Learn Something Everyday books. Atomic Habits was great. Maybe You Should Talk to Somebody was amazing. I love this one. Joy of Living was great book on Buddhism. Happiness Project, I loved. Stumbling on Happiness was okay. Need to read that one again. And then Better Than Before was pretty great. Okay, so what are these? These are my, so I think these are my comedy memoir. Okay, I think I've just been sticking things here, but this is a arc that I got that I really loved. Prachi Gupta. Tina Fey is one of my favorite female comedians. John Hodgman. Just read Vacation Land by him. So I have 2 by him. Bill Bryson. This one is like one of the few books I kept by him that's not science related. And it was okay. It was pretty good. I liked it. It was a lot of funny scenes. David Sedaris, I love David Sedaris. I think I have almost everything by him. That's my collection. Books on reading books. I got Reading Literature Like a Professor, Reading Novels Like a Professor, Reading Like a Writer, some Nick Hornby book reviews, Daily Writer's Daily Companion. This one was pretty good. There's a lot of good stuff about writing in there, a lot of good notes. I just finished this book. This one was an ARC. I'll just be 5 more minutes. This one is written by an ADHD author, and it was amazing. I absolutely love this book. I don't have ADHD, but I'm definitely neurodivergent. I could feel a lot of her. I could relate. What to Read and Why, X-Ray Reading, How to Write, How to Write by Richard Rhodes. That's the author of The Making of the Atomic Bomb. So that was a good book. More Nick Hornby, Know It All. I've been reading all of A.J. Jacobs' books, and this was the first one I read, and it was really good. Story Genius, Bird by Bird. I love this Chicken Soup for the Writer's Soul. It was so good. 25 Books That Shaped America. Pat Conroy. This book was amazing. You're Reading Dangerously was really fun. Big Magic. Need to reread this one. This one was really good. Ray Bradbury. Stephen King. Oh my gosh. My favorite Stephen King book of all time on writing. Nothing else. Reading Lolita and Turan was really, really good. Really enjoyed that. Let's see, going here. Oh, these are my favorite science books. Universe on a T-shirt. I love this book. I read this last year, and it was amazing. Even though it was really, really outdated, but I really like the way he presented everything. Book on Einstein. This is such a good chemistry book. I read this one so long ago, I need to reread it. I have a lot of Michio Kaku books. This book was cute, but I feel like it should be in the young adult section because it was kind of high schooly. I'll have a lot of stuff by Neil deGrasse Tyson. This book is by Tim James. Fundamental is really good on quantum physics. I loved it. Probably the best book on quantum physics I've ever read. When Einstein Walked with Gogol, I need to reread this one. This one was hard. Sentient. This book was biology, like senses related, and I really, really enjoyed it. I loved it. This one is an ARC that I got. The Perfect Theory. I've read this one maybe 3 times now, and it's amazing. It's all about the creation of Einstein's theory of relativity. Need to reread this again. This is the Illustrated Brief History of Time and the Universe in a Nutshell by it's so heavy, Stephen Hawking. But the illustrations are almost kind of silly. They really have nothing to do with anything. They're just there. It was really bizarre, but it's a pretty book, and I have several copies of his brief history. His brief history of time, and I also have his briefer history of time. And I read this book 3 times now. It's really good. Let's see, Life on Our Planet was really good. That's all about climate change. So there I have my brief history of time, briefer history of time, brief answers to the big questions, and then black holes and baby universes, theory of everything. So that's my Stephen Hawking collection. I do like his work. He's very profound. Bill Nye. This one I had trouble getting into, but once I did, I really liked it. And then I love The Simpsons and their mathematical secrets. Really, really good. I guess these are my math books. Joy of X was really good, and I loved Infinity Powers, all about calculus. So this book I can't even get back in. More science books. Yay, I love science. Let's see, I got more Neil deGrasse Tyson. This one I got from the publisher. This was so exciting that I got Neil deGrasse Tyson's newest book from the publisher. Yay. Made me feel so special. Let's see. This is another book I got from the publisher, Before the Big Bang. This book was incredible. Definitely one of the best books I've ever read on science. I love this one so much. Did I annotate it? Yeah, I highlighted it, underlined it. I loved it so much. So she's incredible. Let's see. I love Kip Thorne. He's one of my heroes. So this book was great. I read this one like 6 or 7 years ago, so it's been too long. Disappearing Spoon. Need to read it again. This was so good. Sam Keen. This is my favorite Bill Bryson book. Short History of Nearly Everything. It's time to read that one again. Michio Kaku, Physics of the Impossible. This one was really, really fun. I like that one a lot. Let's see, another one by him, The God Equation. I need to reread that. And then I've read this book 3 or 4 times now. It's super cute, super short, super fun. And then, The Science of Interstellar. So I watched Interstellar, and I didn't realize Kip Thorne was the scientist behind it, so I had to get this. And this book was so hard. This book was so challenging. It took me forever to read it the first time, and then I need to read it again. But it was fascinating, very, very interesting. He did such an amazing job. This is another book on Richard Feynman, and this is Albert Einstein's philosophy, so maybe it doesn't belong here. Let's see. Oh, I like this one. Quantum was really good. Particle at the End of the Universe. I've been getting a lot of Sean Carroll books. I read this one so long ago, For the Love of Physics. It's a really fun book. Teach Quantum Physics to Your Dog. I think this book was just okay. I need to read it again. Oh, and then 7 Brief Lessons on Physics I loved. And Big Bang was really good. Maybe a little basic, but it was really good. A book by Richard Feynman, 6 Easy Pieces. We have no idea. This book was so cute. I need to read this one again. I haven't been reading science books as much as I used to. I used to only read science books, and then I broke out into fiction and other subjects. So for a long time, it was just science books. And let's see, moving on, we have health books. So I have books on autism, a lot of books on autism because I possibly have it because I have been diagnosed with it. So maybe I have autism. Then I have, let's see, these are all autism, and then Bill Bryson's book on the body was so cool. Book on health and foods and living longer. This is a graphic novel on aging parents, which was really good. I just finished The Diving Bell and the Butterfly again yesterday. It was really good. I think it's related to brain disorders because he had locked-in syndrome. And then a lot of Oliver Sacks was really good. And then Diagnosed was okay. I wish it was longer. And then here's all our piano and violin again. Gotta keep this here. Oh no, my books are stuck. I can't close the door. Okay. Oh no, I ruined everything. Here we go. Okay. Moving on, so these are my American history books. I guess politics. Let's say these are politics. I got Thanks Obama, The Gatekeepers, Democracy, and One Book of Less. This was really good. This is another David Litt book. So I think he's only written 2. This book was interesting. This one was really good. I really like Malcolm Nance. I think at some point I need to get rid of my Bob Woodward books on President Trump because they're so depressing, and I don't know if I want to dive into and reread all about that presidency again, because I did that. I kind of became obsessed, and I read almost every single book on Donald Trump I could find, and I don't think I want to do that again, so I need to rethink that. This book was good. I like information every day. That one was really, really good. Harry Potter, A History, that book was amazing. It's all about the time period that the Harry Potter books and movies were coming out. Kind of goes really in depth about that. Fear and Loathing Las Vegas. I loved Born a Crime so much. And then Bryan Cranston, Life in Parts. Highly recommend this book. It's amazing. China in 10 Words was so good. This book on North Korea was incredible. This is a really good military. This is an arc I got talking about people in the military and their experiences. Was really, really good. Bill Bryson history book of 1927 was very, very good. Lies My Teacher Told Me. I need to reread this one. And then this was interesting. Michael Lewis's analysis of the Trump presidency was very interesting. And then here we have more history and politics. The Unwinding I loved. Disloyal was very well written. I need to read this one again. More books on Donald Trump. So many books on Donald Trump. And then some on Biden. And then I like this one. That was good. World as It Is was very hard to read. I need to read this one again. This is probably one of the few books I'll keep. More books on Obama. I'm really burned out on the last few presidents, I think. Don't want to read about them anymore. The Last of the President's Men was really good. This is Barack Obama's biography, which I didn't like. I didn't think it was deep enough. I actually liked The World as It Is more because it was almost exactly the same. It was written by Ben Rhodes, who was a speechwriter, and then it was almost like I read the 2 books at the same time, and it was almost like reading the same book, but this one was better written and had more details, and this one was more fluffy and silly. I don't know. And then I love this author so much. I loved Sapiens, and I loved 21 Lessons, and I liked this one least, but I think I do want to reread them. I loved We Were 8 Years in Power. This is one of my favorites by Nechikotas. He's the one who wrote some other really famous book that I can't remember now. And then more books on Trump, which I have way too many. And then I just read these two recently. That's why they're down here. Let's see. And then here I have books on Russia and other, I don't know, things I stuck in here. The Story of Russia, Caught in a Revolution was really good. Unlikely Rise of Vladimir Putin, features history. I'm kind of obsessed with Russian history, so I have almost everything. This is not Russia, but I don't know. I had so much room in here. I kind of put it here for now. This is really good. I really like this graphic novel. This is about Iran. It's very, very good. Freezing Order, Bill Browder. Very relevant now with what's going on in the news. Cold War to Hot Peace. This is the ambassador, American ambassador, talks about his experiences. This is about the Ukraine invasion. This was a quick, easy book. That was just a nice little analysis and summary of the invasion. I like that one. Masha Gessen, I have a lot of her stuff. This one was amazing. I think this is the book that started it all. This was an NPR correspondent who went to Russia and kind of talked about her experience. It was so interesting. This book was so traumatic, but she won the Nobel Prize. And one day I'll bring myself to read it again. And then Timothy Snyder is one of my favorite political scientists. And then finally, my last shelf, the 90s. I love this book. I guess these are my random miscellaneous nonfiction, kind of where I stick everything that I don't know where goes. The 90s, Trekonomics is cute. I love Star Trek so much. So anything on Star Trek I have. The God Delusion was good. This is all about Scientology. I love reading books about Scientology, so this one was amazing. The Big Short is so good. I got to reread that again. Blowout, this is Rachel Maddow's analysis of the oil crisis about, and then corruption in Russia regarding oil barons. Bad Blood was incredible. That's all about that scientist who claimed to find the I can't even remember what I'm talking about. It's all about that. Oh, I can't even get the book out to show you. Okay, never mind. It's really good. I liked it. Empire of Pain. That's about that family, the Stacklers. This is all about crypto. I just read this one last year. So good. So good. And then more Star Trek, Psychology. The Good Place, Ethics in the Good Place. Fun Home is such a great graphic novel, but there's some really inappropriate pictures in here, so gotta hide it from the kids, but I loved it. Economics is good, read that a couple times. Drive is a signed copy, and it was okay, but I have a hard time getting rid of signed copies. Think Like a Freak was pretty good, a lot like Freakonomics. And then I have a lot of my Malcolm Gladwell books here, which I don't know whether I'm going to keep them forever. I've already started getting rid of some. But I think I'll reread Talking to Strangers soon. Quiet was amazing. Originals by Adam Grant was pretty good. I loved Joan Didion's The Year of Magical Thinking, so I got a bunch more books by her. Hopefully they're good. And then Augustin Burroughs, one of my favorite authors of all time. I'm obsessed with Augustin Burroughs, so I have all his books there and more here. I didn't really like his fiction book as much, but I love all of his nonfiction. And then Made to Stick was pretty good. And then I cannot say her, sadly I can't say her name, but I like her books. She has feminism. She writes books on feminism. And she wrote White Teeth. No, is that it? Americana. She wrote Americana. That was it. It's amazing. And then this one I need to read again, Just Mercy. I feel like I could get more out of it on the second read through. And then more Malcolm Gladwell, which I'm going to have to make a decision whether I'm going to collect all his books or just be done with them, because they're a bit problematic. I don't know if I agree with his the way he does his research and the way he lays everything out. I feel like it's kind of fake sometimes. Anyway, so here are all my nonfiction books and that I've read and that I love, and thank you for watching.